Wrestling fans, I want to thank you for joining us this week right here for Wrestlevision. I'm your host, Scotty Bender, and fans, we are just waiting for the party to arrive. Rob Schulz won the world!
What did you expect to find? I want to let you know that your gods never left. Never you mind where the feeling goes. It's all because I've said so. Cover the stars. When in darkness will be us. When in darkness will be. Yeah, the darkness will be us. We'll be yours. We'll be yours.
Wrestling fans, we're here with superstar Rob Schulz this week. And superstar, I got to be honest with you, I was excited when I heard you were coming on because I haven't seen you in a while. I mean, what have you been up to? I mean, how's that Wrestlevision title being defended?
Oh, yeah, that. Well, you know, this competition has been a little light lately. Not so good.
Really?
Barn burn with Mock and Sing back in March of 04.
Okay.
But since then, not so much.
Really? Because, quite honestly, I've seen the list of opponents, and I think that's pretty stiff competition.
Well, you must be making reference to the classic I had with Dewey. But since then, not so much.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, Rob, I don't know how to say this, but I mean, if you're not happy here, and you know, like I said, the competition's not up to par for you, there are other wrestling shows. I mean, quite honestly, I'm a little offended. I mean, all the stuff we do for you, and your response is that with the competition isn't that good. And I mean, really, there are other TV shows, wrestling shows.
I have to pee.
Here we go. I hope they reinforce the ring. We've got a body slam challenge. We've got Big Cat taking on Easy E. Wait a minute. I thought we were going to have a body slam challenge between Big Cat and Eric Everlast. And joining me, I've got Ivan the Impaler and Handsome Randall J. Burt.
One thing you need to remember, Scotty Bender, it's not my pleasure to be in the booth. It's your pleasure to be here with me.
We were interrupted again with this going to be a one-on-one match, and then Uncle Chris came out with Dewey, and now we've got a three-way body slam challenge, Ivan.
Well, that's right. This is a body slam challenge. Pinfalls and submissions do not count and are totally irrelevant.
All I know is I can feel it. There's going to be a huge earthquake on the Richter scale if any of these men get body slammed.
Big Cat now going easy into the corners and spinning Sabat kick. Catches Dewey now, and splash into the corner. Oh, but Eric Everlast catches Big Cat with a double axe handle.
Because Everlast is smart. He knows what he's doing. He knows the score. I'll tell you what. I'll give a compliment to the Big Cat. If his IQ was half his weight, he might be a genius.
Now Eric Everlast throwing in Big Cat.
I have to point out, I never thought I'd say this, but Eric Everlast is probably the lightest person in the match. Never thought we'd say that.
You can see Bobby Rogers on the outside accompanying Eric Everlast. Now those big knife edge chops in the corner on Big Cat. If you remember back, Big Cat had that body slam match with Abyss. He was able to get the big man up, but referee did not see that Abyss took out Big Cat. Thought he body slammed Big Cat. There goes Eric Everlast and Big Cat over the top.
The ring rope almost snapped like a Slim Jim, Scotty and Randy.
Big uppercut by Eric Everlast on a Big Cat. Now dragging Big Cat over. Big Cat blocks it. There goes Eric Everlast into the unforgiving steel ring post.
Well, Joe, we know that Eric Everlast and Big Cat have had history even going back to New Millennium Wrestling. They both held title belts in New Millennium. Big Cat a TV champ, Eric Everlast a tag and heavyweight champion.
Oh no! Dewey finally to his feet. He gets caught with a right hand by Big Cat.
I'll tell you one thing, Ivan. Eric Everlast had more titles. I think that made him a little bit more of a success than the Big Fat.
Well, granted, Eric Everlast also in the PWI 500, and he has taken on WWE superstars such as Bradshaw, Farouk, and Billy Gunn.
You can see Bobby Rogers has obviously made his decision. He had the Natural Born Blonde, Steve Cruz, and Jason Atlas, and now Bobby Rogers signaling his focus on Eric Everlast.
You know something, Ivan? You do so much research, you're on the computer so much about wrestling, maybe if you got out, you'd actually get a real woman.
As opposed to the inflatable one you keep in your trunk? And it is a woman, isn't it? Anyway.
Now Big Cat standing over Eric Everlast, and still Dewey on the outside. Dewey interrupted this match, but hasn't been much of a force as he's on the outside. Now wait a minute! Man down Bobby Rogers with the chair right to the back of Big Cat. I don't think Big Cat felt it.
perfectly legal, Bender. It's perfectly legal.
Big Cat's still up. Now Eric Everlast has got that chair that Bobby Rogers so eloquently threw behind Big Cat. And now Big Cat again catching a chair right to the back, but still on his feet. Everlast goes rushing in out. He just took himself out.
That back foot, that may not have been the smartest move, but he's got Booby Rogers leading him, which, you know, is kind of negative.
Now Big Cat up the rope side. He just spears Everlast. He just speared him.
Scotty, you can feel the impact on that all the way in Batavia, New York.
The ring is definitely shaking. It's not your camera fans, it's the ring.
We have one of the best cameramen in the business, Big Joe. He told me to say that.
Big Cat, wait a minute, trying to get him up. Oh, wait a minute, he just body slammed him, Dusty. Taker calling for the bell.
When I say the smart money would be on Everlast, Bender, Handsome Randall's always right.
What else has been going on in your life? I mean, you're always into something.
Well, we just found out some big news.
Big news, right here. You're going to tell our fans? Big news.
Here it comes.
All right, I love big news.
Just found out that Gramps killed 7 people in Korea.
Oh. Okay. It was a tough time for a lot of people. A lot of people went over to South Korea and they didn't come back. So I guess he's lucky, that he survived.
He's lucky the authorities didn't catch him.
Authorities? What are you talking about? I mean, South Korean War, he was a soldier. What are you talking about?
Man, this is like 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago?
Hey, he went to a hospital, some things happened. You know how it goes.
That I don't believe. Here we go, we got a tag team match, and the winner of this match is going to qualify for the NWA Upstate A tournament. We've got Kid Justice and Charisma on the attack on Spaz and Psychita. And joining me, 1/3 of the 6-man tag team champions, Triple X, and now nice double drop kick there by Spaz and Psychita.
Scott, it's my pleasure to be here, and I'll tell you what, the only reason I'm not at ringside is because Hellcat and the Osala Syndicate took it upon themselves to ban me from ringside, but there's no way in hell they're going to ban me from the announce booth and watching my boys' backs.
Kid Justice and Charisma back together after a long absence. Now wait a minute, slingshotting over the top rope. No Spaz and Psychita. Onto Charisma and Kid Justice on the outside, and you can see Johnny Fayfabe accompanying Justice and Charisma during this match.
Well, Scott, I choose to call him Johnny Gayfabe because we know the history that him and I have had. I've put him through tables. I've chaired him. He's like a cockroach. He just keeps coming back, and once and for all, I'm going to take him out.
Now all 4 men in the ring. Psychita, atomic drop. Now Spaz, atomic drop by Charisma now. There goes Charisma and Justice to the outside again. But I notice how Hellcat allows Johnny Kayfabe at ringside. You can't be at ringside, but he sure as hell could be there.
Well, you see how crooked NWA Upstate is and how the politics are played.
Now you can see Justice and Charisma along with Kayfabe trying to get a hell out of dodge, and I think Spaz taking Justice back into the ring the hard way, and there goes Charisma.
As I said, they are great, great wrestlers, but the continuity as a team is not there yet. If you remember, Scott, not too long ago, when Kid Justice and I were together, there was one heck of a feud between
Star
these two
Foundation.
guys. Absolutely, absolutely.
Now, how did you decide who was going to join in this tag team match? Remember, you are 1/3 of the 6-man tag team champions with Spaz and Psychita. How did you decide who was going to represent? This is a match, a qualifying match for the NW State 8 tag team tournament.
Well, I guess because I'm the biggest guy on the team, the Osaka Syndicate, playing politics, Hellcat figured he'd get my 2 guys who were the smaller, but that's all right. You see, they are controlling this match from the get-go.
Now, Psychita, a couple hip tosses on Kid Justice. You can see Justice now begging for Murph. Now being dragged up by Psychita.
But I'll tell you, I don't think I've ever seen Justice in better shape than he is right now.
He looks great, I will say that. Oh, nice! Enziguri catching Charisma. Psychita sending Charisma to the outside here at the Ukrainian club. But, big clothesline by Justice.
You can only tempt fate so much with somebody with the caliber of Kid Justice. As you see Charisma's kind of bulked up a little bit himself out there.
Charisma definitely spending some time in the gym. As you can see, the size on Charisma increasing. And now Charisma on the outside. taking it to Saikita. Oh, right into the ring apron. And referee Bobby Brady arguing with Kid Justice. His back is turned. Doesn't see the infraction on the outside.
I'll tell you, Charisma is a little bigger. I heard he's a little hurt, though. You know, with that size,
Wait a minute. 2. Only a
with that size, he's taking a couple shots to the hip, so he's a little sore these days, if you know my understanding.
I don't know what you're implying, but I'm not going to speculate here. Now, Justice. Oh, Dragon Backbreaker. Very arrogant cover. Will they qualify? Oh, only a 2.
No, you are not going to get Saikita that way. We are not champions for no reason at all.
Now the double teaming here. Formerly known as the Vice Squad. Kid Justice now suplex on Saikita. Stalling. Oh, they just drive him right into the canvas.
Well, just a little FYI, Scott, I heard backstage of that is once again their name is the Vice Squad. But you know what? If they're the Vice Squad, they're a couple of crooked cops.
This time, though, they're drawing the ire of the fans as usually fan favorites, Justice and Charisma, now turning their back, joining the Osawa Syndicate. Went for the money. Saikita's been in this match a long time. He's endured a lot of punishment. Now Justice again hooks him in, but Saikita up and over. Scoops up Justice. Why? Saikita's got to get over, though, make the tag.
Oh, he's got to crawl for all he's worth here. They're going to be out of this soon.
Now Justice grabbing the ankle, preventing Saikita from making the tag to Spaz, and now again, Charisma now open over.
Come on, ref.
Double X handle the Spaz, taking him right off the ring apron. And now Bobby Brady admonishing Charisma, now another tag.
Well, it's about time. I wonder how fat his wallet got before this match.
Charisma off the ropes. Oh, knee right to the back.
I'll tell you, they are just technically sound. You make one mistake against the Vice Squad and you're done.
Now just driving the knee, rear and back on that chin lock is Charisma on Saikita, who could only watch across the way. It's his partner, eager to get in this match, Spaz.
He's got to make a tag, Scott. It's getting to be a desperate point here.
Now some vicious elbows, now a third one by Charisma. Concentrating their attack on the lower back of Saikita. Now Charisma, you can see Spaz is losing his mind in the corner. It's like a caged animal.
That's exactly what he is, but I'll tell you what, Scott, he is definitely a hidden genius back in that mind of his.
Charisma to the second rope. Oh, and Saikita with a boot.
Yes.
Takes out Charisma.
Come on, Saikita, crawl.
Charisma going for that fist drop up the second rope, but Saikita still presence of mind to bring that boot up and catch it. Charisma preventing Saikita from getting over in the corner. Once again, the Vice Squad.
See what I'm saying,
preventing
Scott?
Saikita from that tag.
Technically sound, they know every trick and shortcut in the book.
Justice going to the top.
Come on, ref, get him down. Get him down.
Justice to the top.
Here we go, pal.
He measures him. Oh, he misses. He misses.
Come on, Saikita, crawl to the corner.
And cosmic headbutt from the top rope. No one home as Saikita rolls out of the way, but still, he needs to make the tag. There he goes. He makes the tag. He makes the tag, and now Spaz to the top. Oh, drop kicking both like dominoes. Oh, then that spinning heel kick takes out.
Come on, Russ, get one of them out of there.
Now Spaz.
The caged animal has been left free.
Double head knocker. Johnny Kayfabe up the ring apron.
God, Scott,
Bobby Brady referees lost total control of this match. And now Saikita and Spaz up on the second ropes, just pounding away on the Vice Squad. And the fans here at the Ukrainian club are loving it. Charisma, oh, body slam by Saikita. It's chaos in there.
Yes. Now, if you remember, Bender, Justice is suffering from back. Yes, this is it.
And Avalanche now body press by Spaz.
2.
Will they go?
My God, that was so close. That was so close.
Saikita throwing Spaz into the clouds as Spaz couldn't get the 3 on. Now Johnny Kayfabe going into the crowd, arguing with the fans here at the Ukrainian club.
God, one
but
shot.
meanwhile in the rings, Spaz and Saikita trying to win this match. Oh, there goes Saikita. And now wait a minute. Justice has got Spaz in the opposite corner. He's got him. He's got him turned around. Wait a minute, we can be seeing that Canadian necktie. Justice to the top. Ah, the Canadian necktie.
Come on,
The cover.
Kick out.
1, 2, 3, it's over. The Vice Squad will move on into the NWA Upstate 8 Tag Team Tournament.
This is ridiculous.
Bender, I have a dream. I have a vision. Moving walkways everywhere.
Can't say I haven't heard that one before, Rob. Honestly, I've heard it so many times. We just went over this. We talk about this all the time.
Well, just think about this. You got to use your knees to play football stuff, right?
Correct.
Got to use your knees to drive in the car.
Correct.
Why would you want to waste your knee juice walking places you don't need to walk? Like through the mall, down the street, when you just stand on a conveyor belt.
It's so lazy, and it's never going to happen.
You know why it's never going to happen?
Why?
People like you.
What do you mean people like me?
Look at you. You sit around waiting for other people to do things. You know what? I'm a maker. I'm a maker-doer, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to make it happen.
I will support you. I'm just sick of hearing it. I don't think it's ever going to happen.
You know what else is going to happen?
What's that?
Go to Big Daddy's.
Okay. Big Daddy's ice cream?
Big Daddy's ice cream. Mm-hmm. New sponsor. Kinda. Whatever. You got to eat a ton of ice cream. It's 10 scoops in 15 minutes. You got to eat it and not throw up.
Really?
Yeah. Ow.
What was that?
Someone bit me.
What do you mean something bit you? What bit you?
I think we jumped the shark.
Here we go. We've got a special tag team grudge match, and we've got a reunited Roc City crew, and it feels so good, Ivan. And we've got Sweet Lou, who brought out former varsity member Freddie Midnight. We've got more degrees of separation here, Ivan, than I can count.
Scotty Bender, everything old is new again here at Roc City Wrestling. And correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't Freddie Midnight once a part of the Roc City Wrecking Crew?
Ivan, you got your notes in front of you, was he?
I don't know. These notes don't address it. I'm asking you. You're Mr. Rochester, Scotty Bender.
And don't forget, remember, Sweet Lou, but RPW lost a lose-and-leave town match to Brodie Lee. Brodie Lee was former RPW tag team champions with Freddie Midnight, Big and Tasty.
That's right. And all three men, both everyone in this ring except for Freddie Midnight, was a former Roc City heavyweight title holder. And the one who wasn't, Freddie Midnight, he is a three-time hardcore champion. So there's lots of championship gold circulating amongst these men, Scotty Bender.
Now Brodie Lee taking into superstar Rob Schulz. Caught on the tag rope.
That could be very damn. I'm surprised he doesn't have
Rushing in, wait a minute, misses. Now Brodie Lee. Now the referee, the slip. What's in the? There must be something slip. Wait a minute, now Sweet Lou cover. One. Only a one count.
I think they use a new type of antibacterial soap on the ring apron there, Scotty Bender. It's not approved by the National Association of Professional Independent Wrestling Alliances. There's some chemical interaction there with the body sweat of the wrestlers, Scotty Bender. That's what I'm surmising happened.
And now all four men, as you can see, Sweet Lou right hands to Brodie Lee. Midnight whipping in. Wait a minute now.
What? I was running up there.
Stop dead in their tracks, and now Sweet Lou and Freddie Midnight pointing to the ceiling. Now Brodie Lee and superstar Rob Schulz have a little discussion.
Brodie Lee.
Now both men look up and now, wait a minute, now slaps as Sweet Lou and Freddie Midnight slapping.
Was very nice sportsmanlike in the check-in to make sure they're all right after that slap, Scotty Bender.
Sweet Lou just flew in from South Carolina. Shot 36 holes this morning. Now he's in this special tag team grudge match. Oh, and now Brodie Lee again is superstar. Slap right in the face.
Yeah, I was talking to Sweet Lou previously. Oh, double pin.
Schoolboy roll-up, but varsity member Sweet Lou and Freddie Midnight unable to get the 3 count. Uh-oh, wait a minute, now Freddie Midnight and Sweet Lou going up to the high right district. Schulz and Brodie Lee slide back in, but still Sweet Lou. Freddie Midnight perched on those top turnbuckles. Oh, double axe handles.
Actually, quadruple axe handles when you count them.
And now goes superstar and Brodie Lee. Now Sweet Lou tagged in is now the double teaming here by the former varsity club members.
And the fans are not booing, they're saying Lou, Lou. Or else they wanted to go to France and see the Lou.
Oh, wait a minute, they just hit something that coming out of the ceiling, and there goes Freddie Midnight. Now Brodie Lee, big kick. Catches Sweet Lou, and then the Yakuza kick by superstar Rob Schulz. Cover, 2, only a 2. Goes to whip him across the way. Catches him belly to belly right over the top of that suplex.
Textbook wrestling by Brodie Lee.
Now can be calling for that Yakuza kick. Here he comes, rushes in. Oh, he just connects on Sweet Lou, who's unable to defend himself, and then superstar Rob Schulz connects with a boot of his own. Now Sweet Lou goes behind with a waist lock.
Smart move with Brodie Lee. Drew Sweet Lou into his own corner, and that continuity came back to him, just like riding a bicycle, Scotty Bender.
Russian leg sweep.
Side Huberville leg sweep, Bender.
Sweet Lou having flashbacks to that loser leave town match between Brodie Lee and Sweet Lou. Now hooks him in.
Oh, Sweet Lou has flashbacks all the time, Scotty Bender.
Back rake from the top rope. Driving the nails into the back of Sweet Lou. And again, oh, now avalanche back rake.
And did you ever see Rob Schultz's fingernails, Scotty Bender? They are uneven. He does not file them with an emery board when he's done cutting them. Very effective move.
Sweet Lou needs to make a tag, and then that flying burrito by superstar Rob Schulz. Now continually just raking the back of Sweet Lou. Now finally exposing the flesh. Oh, he just, again, just going to those back rakes. You can see.
There's exposed flesh? Where? Where's exposed flesh? Oh.
The back of Sweet Lou.
Oh. Yeah, that's not what I was had in mind.
Now just biting on the arm. The carnivore, Rob Schulz of Sweet Lou.
That could affect Sweet Lou's backswing, Scotty Bender.
No, that back bomb from the middle rope.
A back bomb? Baby got back.
And now Sweet Lou trying to get to his vertical base. Wait a minute, schoolboy roll up on Rob Schulz. He was going over to high five Brodie Lee, and now Sweet Lou goes in with a right hand, but superstar catches him. Oh, Novocaine. And now Schulz unable to capitalize. You can see Sweet Lou, he's got to be running on E, Ivan. He is taking a beating.
After doing 36 holes, I'll be running on E.
Comes rushing in, had a steam. Oh, hip attack in the corner. Now whips Sweet Lou across the way, but Sweet Lou catches him. Oh, he gores him. He gores him.
But can he
Olay, Ivan, Olay.
Olay indeed, Scotty Bender. Olay indeed. But can he go over to the corner and make the tag to Freddie Midnight? Can he do it, Scotty Bender? Will he go for the cover instead?
But if you notice, superstar reaching into the wrong corner is now Sweet Lou trying to jockey for position, trying to get in the corner, tag into a fresh Freddie Midnight.
He's not a jockey, Scotty Bender. He's a golfer and a wrestler.
Now finally able to make the tag. So close, but yet so far. And finally tags into Freddie Midnight. Now the former Big and Tasty members from RPW Tag Team Champions going at it. Brodie Lee bails out. Now Freddie Midnight just punched Sweet Lou and his own partner.
It was an accident, Scotty Bender. I'm sure it was an accident. It was an accident. He was blinded temporarily.
Now Brodie Lee, wait a minute, he's giving the, wait a minute, we're seeing the turncoat here. Oh, right across the back. Freddie Midnight, we know his true colors now right across the forehead with that chair shot. And now Rob Bryan calling for the bell. He's throwing this one out, Ivan.
Once a member of the Rochester Wrecking Crew, Scotty Bender, always a member of the Rochester Wrecking Crew. Well, Superstar always looks confused. Maybe he wasn't in on this.
Oh, no. Superstar just wants Sweet Lou to his own. Oh, now Brodie Lee just stumping a mud hole.
This thing is everybody has forgotten. We are the Roc City Wrecking Crew.
We didn't forget Scotty, did we?
I don't know if everybody knows this. Everybody knows that the owner of RCW is Tony Scotty. But back in the day, it was these three men standing in the ring right here.
The Roc City Wrecking Crew finally fully reunited, Ivan, as they say.
You guys loved it. We did it 20 times a show, and you guys loved it. People weren't buying tickets to see Roc City Wrestling. They were buying tickets to see the Roc City Wrecking Crew. And that is the truth. How many titles did you win, and do you have right now? How many titles do you have right now? I know you take care of business. How many titles do you have around that waist right now? Well, I have one. I have more titles. How many do you have right now? Right now. Sweet Lou lost it for me. He has none. Superstar. You don't have any titles. You don't have any titles.
How many titles you guys got? Not gonna be upstate.
Thanks, John. Well, sucking you.
3 apiece, thanks.
I think they're setting him up, Ivan. You're a lawyer. I've seen this before.
Yeah, this is getting redonkulous.
Yes!
now Freddie Midnight crouching. Superstar Rob Schulz and appears to be trimming the fat Ivan off the Roc City Wrecking Crew.
Scott, this could have Upstate versus Roc City implications, this falling out. One could say that Big and Tasty is reunited.
Well, Rob, we're out of time. Viewers, want to thank you for tuning in this week. But before we go, Rob, I heard you crying earlier on. You weren't too happy about your competition. You know what? I got someone for you. I found a challenger to your Wrestlevision title.
Yeah.
Undaga!
Sweet Lou, do you need help? Yeah. I'm sorry.